Kevin Sidebottom here, speaker, author, and trainer, and I go around and I teach sales organizations and leadership teams how to grow influence, trust, and gain profits. Today, let's talk about how you build trust in sales. Number one thing we have to do in sales is make sure we're answering the 3 questions that everybody asks about us in every interaction. If we don't do that, we're not building trust in sales. We also need to make sure that our customers are successful, and that is really going to help us build trust. We need to understand more about them every interaction, so we have to be intentional. We're talking about that in this video. And then I'm going to give you the last tidbit that is going to help you become a rock star overnight. Okay? So let's jump into it. The 3 questions we have to answer. Do I like you? Do I trust you? And how can you help me? Those 3 questions are asked at every interaction. And it takes about 7 seconds to filter through the back of our minds if those have been answered, yes or no. And if we don't answer those, we're not building trust. So we need to be focused on how we do that. We need to make sure that our sales efforts are hitting that mark, that we're helping people, especially in sales. And when you work through the sales process that I've created, and the sales process uncovered, you'll actually do this through the needs analysis, uncovering all those needs and verifying those needs. You really understand the customer. We also make sure that we value the customer. We're intentional here because we value them here, so that way when we're meeting with them, we're actually going and helping them, and we're intentional. So we use our CRM system not just to populate it because our business management told us to do it. We need to do that intentionally because we want to learn about people. We have a value that we put on those people, and we want them to be successful, and we want to learn about them so we're successful. So we're intentionally going in and learning about them. And I teach you about the house analogy when you walk through that I learned from Dale Carnegie, which is a fantastic way to create a behavior in yourself to constantly be leaning in to learn about people whenever you meet with them. It's a fantastic little tool that you can add to your toolbox, and I highly recommend it. Or read How to Win Friends and Influence People. That will help you as well, but you'll have to really be intentional and learn how to grow your relationships. That's the number one way to build trust. Grow your relationships. Be intentional. Okay? Next thing we have to do is make sure that after we sell someone a product or service, that they're successful. That's right. After the sale, you get about 90 days to make sure that they're successful. And if they're not, well, they're going to be ticked off, and it's going to be just like any other product or service that was sold to them that does not help them. And they're going to be slighted. They're going to move on to somebody else to try to meet their needs, and you've lost trust. Now, for me, I always want to build trust with people, so I'm intentional about how we can make sure that they're successful for the next 90 days. I want to make sure that I have these steps in place. I want to add value by sending videos, links, whatever it is I can do to make people successful with my product or service. Because if I do that, they're successful, and in turn, I will be successful. If you give something away, it's easy for something to be placed into your hand. When you have a closed fist, it's very hard for you to receive anything. So be intentionally to give them and make them successful, and you will be successful. Now, here's a tip I learned a long time ago. A lot of organizations and a lot of salespeople will sit there and promise the world. They'll overcommit, and 9 times out of 10, they'll underproduce. Well, what does that do to trust? It does nothing except for drive it down. Here's what I've always done. I've been conservative whenever I've given timing of when something's going to be delivered, and I make sure that whatever I'm selling actually meets the stuff that I'm promising it's going to do. I undercommit and I overproduce. If I think something's going to take me about 5 days to do, I'll add a couple days. And then when it either comes in on those extra days because my team has been slow for something, I'm okay and they're successful. Or if I overproduce, then the person goes, wow, you guys are rock stars. It only took you 5 days. Well, there you go. Now you're successful. You've undercommitted and overproduced. Okay? So those things, being intentional, making sure that the customer's a success, and undercommit and overproduce, you'll be a rock star and you'll grow trust in sales. All right? If you have any questions, reach out below. I've got links to my website, some of the trainings that will help you. If you like the video, hit like, share with somebody they think is going to add value to them. That's why I do these videos, to help people. That is why I'm intentional about helping people. I want to see you succeed. Okay? We'll see you next time.